Hello everyone, this is Diane. Welcome to my Pretty Pink Cottage YouTube channel. And I told you that I was going to be working on a new journal project. And I think it's time we got started working on one of the UFOs, the unfinished objects. So I chose these Just Ask books that I have talked about. I think I have. Yep, these are not covered. These are Just Ask books from Weekly Reader, and they measure 4.5 by 9.25. So it's a really fun size and shape. And I have made journals with these book covers before and love them very much. So I had made this cover and I had started some of the other covers. And I still have more that aren't started, but I have 7 of them right here. So we're going to talk about the 3 different themes, I guess. I don't really want them to have a fixed theme, but they will have a loose theme, let's say it that way. So we're going to talk about the themes and look at the decorations I picked out to put on the covers. We will possibly pick out fabrics to do on the spine, and we will look at book pages to include in each journal. Like this is a children's book illustration on the front, so I have children's book pages here that I want to select to put in here. Just I don't know, we'll pick out 4 pages and maybe we'll only use 2, I don't know. So let's just get busy. There's a lot to do. I won't be doing everything in this video, and I don't think I'll be creating all 7 journals right away, but I do want to make the covers. So let's start with this, because this one is done. We did this one, a long time ago when I was selling some of these book covers. I wanted to show you how cute they would be. And I love this cover. And it's all ready to receive some signatures when they get done. So I wanted to make 2 of each theme. So I decided the other day I made this cover. I used this pretty fabric, or paper, and I selected this illustration from a vintage songbook. So the music was inset right into here, and I just liked the shape of this and thought it would be fun to play with. This is a Project Life card here. This came out of a vintage, or not well, I guess it might have been vintage by now, but it's a stamp catalog, and I don't think you can get stamp catalogs anymore. This was when I used to order stamps, like actually send in an order form and a check. And now you do it all online. But I saved some of the images from that catalog, and I've had this for a long time, and I thought it was perfect for this. I just put some green cardstock behind it. This is another Project Life card. I thought these were interesting because I don't think they're for writing on, but it's got the holes cut out of it in a pretty pattern, so I used that. And then this is a digital fussy cut image. So I need to cover the inside and make the spine, and I did choose the fabric. I think, I don't remember now if I was putting the green on the inside or the outside, but I had chosen these 2 fabrics. I think the green was going to go on the outside, and then I would put this on the inside. But I don't have my chipboard cut or anything, so I don't think we'll be constructing covers today. I did go through some of my images that I have pulled and cut from children's books, and I just pulled a whole bunch, more than I'm going to need for these 2 journals, but I will have these all ready to be used in the journal. Let's look at the book pages so we can select some book pages. Where are the children's book pages? Oh, they're at the bottom of the stack, I think. I've got all my book pages stacked up right here. There's botanicals and fashion and children's books. This one, I don't know. Would it crack? Let's see. Yeah, I think I don't want to fold this into a signature because I don't think it's sturdy enough. Jack and Jill magazine pages. That's a nice sturdy page. And I think that they're wide enough that if I fold it, I could fold it that way and it would fit nicely into the book. And look at this one, even has a line right down the middle. The Owl and the Pussycat. Okay, that's 4 pages. And I'll just put these pages with my little cutout images. So I don't need to do any more designing of the cover here. I do need to put end papers on. But I really like the way this cover turned out. So we'll move on to the next theme. Because I have so many things from children's books that'll probably be more themey than I had really planned on, but it's okay. I'm just going to include the children's book pages and the illustrations, and it'll be a children's book theme. The next one is fashion. And I am making 3 of these because one of them will be mine, because I love the images from these fashion catalogs, the sewing pattern catalogs. These are reminiscent of my childhood because my mother was a seamstress and she would always purchase the expired catalogs, counter catalogs, so they're real big books. And then when she was done looking at them, my sister and I got to cut them up for paper dolls. So this is my childhood, and we loved doing this, playing with the paper dolls. So one of these is going to be mine, and I haven't decided which one, but I just used pretty scrapbook paper to kind of complement the image that I chose, and I used pieces of the catalog page and some die cuts. That's a little digital there. And I do need to put end papers on that one. Same here. So I chose this image to use on this one. I already did the gluing of the front, so I'm just going to do the back. Fold the corners in and do the short ends, just because that's the way I do it. It doesn't have to be the short ends first. I didn't plan any of the further embellishments of these. I have the main focal image chosen for this one and for the two botanical covers, but I haven't selected any additional elements. So whatever we do, we're gonna do together, whatever we have time for. I did pull some pieces here, but I haven't actually tried doing any arrangements. Some of the pieces that are up there are just left over from the Stashistry video that I just did. I thought rather than take the time to put everything away, I'll leave them there. Maybe I'll use some of them on these covers. Okay. Now, obviously we have to cut her down. I don't want to cut her legs crooked, so I guess rather than flip it over and risk making her crooked, just draw the line right here. See, I cut that at an angle anyway. That's okay. Oh, I can't glue her down yet because I have to figure out what other embellishments are going to go on this page. You can see on these, I used these die cut pieces and bits from the pattern page. So I think I have some pattern pages here. We might as well take a look at these sewing, or these fashion pages, and select some pages to use, and then I can move this pile of pages out of the way. So do I have some of the pattern book? I thought I did. Then that's, oh, it's over here. Man, I have a lot of fashion images. I got this folder out, 40s, 50s, and 60s from magazines and catalogs. And this, because this has pieces I can cut without cutting any of the figures. So I'm going to use some of this, I think. Now I'll just select some pages. I kind of want to stick with the, well, I don't know if I want to stick with the 50s, 60s, because those are 60s images that I'm using, but I might want to just kind of feature fashions from different eras. There's a maternity clothes on the back of this page. She's definitely 60s or 70s looking, isn't she? Got my pages upside down here. This would be a fun page in one of those journals. These I don't really want to use as pages. I don't know. I really have trouble using these because I'll probably never get another big counter catalog again. And I sold some of the pages in bunches a long time ago to help defray the cost of the catalog. So I kind of want to just keep what I have. But, you know, I have them to use them, so I am using them. Maybe I could use that as a page. That's a 70s magazine. I like the sketches on these, so I think I'll use those. Okay. That is Well, I need more because I'm doing an extra book with this theme. Coloring book pages. Maybe I'll use a coloring book page in each of the journals. It's just fun to look through these piles of book pages, in my opinion. Okay, there's another pile of pages. So I showed you this folder, so these are going to be, I'll dip into here for embellishments and page decorations and tags and whatnot. And then I also have these. This is why I said I might go into different eras, because these are really old pieces that I would like to use. And these pieces are really old, like 1915, out of a really old catalog. So I'll put these all aside for when I start decorating that book. So which one should I do first? Which pair? Maybe I'll do 4, like 2 of the themes, you know. I have the children's book, the fashion, and the botanical. The ones that appeal to me the most are the children's book pages and the, this is not the page I wanted, children's book page and fashion. But I do like the botanical too. What did I do with that page I wanted to use to get the pieces off? Did I bury it back in here? Oh my goodness, Diane. I don't see a tall page in here like that. I don't know how I can lose things as quickly as I lose them. Yeah, it's not in this pile. Oh, I see. I see where it is. Sorry about that. I'm just going to cut this piece off. Oh, that went crooked. I didn't have it on there straight. This does not match the dress that's shown here, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think anybody's going to study it that closely. Take a look at these. Okay, I can use her, and I got out some pieces that I already had die cut. That's an embossed frame. If I rub some ink over it, you'll actually be able to see the embossing. And I have these little pieces. These There's multicolored dots here, so I can choose from a variety of colors. This is a bigger piece than the pieces I used on those two covers. And there will be some fabric going down here. I think that looks pretty good. I don't want to make this too dark, so I didn't add any ink to my tool here, but I guess I need a little bit. So now you can see the pattern on that better. The paper has a predominantly white, well, it has a white background, so I need to darken these edges. Oops, I was doing the wrong side. I'll have to spend some time coming up soon, I hope, cutting more shapes with my Big Shot, keeping them in my stash. I don't really want her centered in there. I'm gonna kind of run my fingernail along the edge there so I know where to cut that off. I don't use this embossing folder very much because it's hard. It's a embossing or a cutting die, and there's an embossing folder that goes with it, and I haven't practiced with it enough to have them line up properly. So this is off center here. It's got a bigger edge than it does up here, but I'm using it anyway. Okay. I just realized these three models that I've selected all have a different hair color. One is dark and one is red and one is blonde. I kind of want to put a number on like that. Let's see if we can do that down here. When I was a child, or a young person and a young teen, I used to spend hours poring over the Sears catalog, the Ward's catalog, the Penny's catalog. We had 3 catalogs in our home for spring and summer and fall and winter, and then of course the Christmas book from Sears at least. But I used to spend hours poring over those catalogs and the pattern catalogs that my mother would get. And I would read the descriptions of the clothing, so I kind of learned what kinds of fabrics they were, and I learned the names of the fabrics and things. Yeah, I think that's what it needed. I just dripped some glue onto my pile of papers. Oh, there's all kinds of things we could do in this video. Choosing the end papers and the fabrics, but I think I'm going to move on from this cover to the botanicals so we can maybe just get all the covers designed. I don't know what I'm going to put on the botanical covers, so that may take a while. I may only be able to do one. And after I choose fabrics and end papers and make the covers, I will only focus on one theme at a time. So I may do one theme and then work on another kind of journal, and then make another of the themes, and then, you know, kind of alternate between these books and whatever my next project is. But I did want to get going on some of these. Oh, no. Some of these UFOs. I don't normally like to have unfinished projects. So I want to get these done so I don't have a little box. It's just a little box. I showed it in a recent video of my unfinished projects. But I don't want it. I don't want a box of unfinished projects. going to mess with the glue. Oh, careful. If I make too much of a mess, this is going to be the one I keep. But I love these. I intended to use a smaller image on the front that I was debuting, or what do you call it? I forgot what the word is, but trying different images on the front, and decided I really liked these larger ones, even though I had to cut their legs off because they're pretty tall. I would have to cut them off no matter how I use them in a journal, unless I was making a really big journal. So I'm liking the way this looks. Yeah, that's a fun one. So those are the 3 fashion ones. Let's look at the botanical ones. I got 2 of them. And I didn't get very far with these. I haven't covered the covers, and I haven't selected other design elements to go with the focal point. I did take these out of some of my books to use inside the journals. Let's do this one first. I think I have to wrap the paper around the cover so I know how to design the cover, right? This is the raw edge that's going to be covered with fabric, so I don't need to wrap the paper around that edge. It's going to be attached to the spine. For some reason, I've been having trouble getting the corners to want to stay down. The glue just... Fabri-Tac is fast, but it's not being as fast as normal. Or maybe I'm just being more impatient. These papers are a tad thicker than some of the papers I use, but they're not cardstock. See, there it goes, popping up. think that looks really pretty against that black. And I don't want this side of the flower to be covered with fabric, so I'm going to have to cut part of that off. Now, do we need to put anything on there? I don't really want to distract too much from the flower because there's all these flowers behind. Maybe a label. This is a digital one. I can get it out. Probably from Roxy Creations. I'm not positive about that, but looks like one she would do. That might be pretty. I think if it's going to be a red one, I'd rather have it more oblong. And I could stamp one of those. Oh, what about this one? No. Alright, I'm going to stamp a red Denison style label. This is the bottom of a coffee dyed bag that I used in a recent journal. It might be fun to stamp on. This is not very porous, so I'm using archival ink that won't rub off. Have to let it dry a little. I've already got red ink on there. I might change the focal point that the focal image that I have for the other cover. I'm not entirely thrilled with the one I have, so I might look for something different. I think these came out of kids' books. No, this is a art book. I mean, I think it was called England is a Garden. So it was a botanical book, but just beautiful art in it. I like that. That's the winner. The other image is from a kid's book. Nope, I'm wrong about that too. This is a different botanical book. That looks nice, and I don't really think it needs anything else. And I'm just going to trim this off after I glue it down. I really like this, using a glassine bag. Well, I don't even know if it's really glassine, but it's hard to tell which one's the front side. It was a coffee dyed bag. that I have had in my stash for a while, and I just used it in my what were they? Oh, rustic country journals. And I'm glad I saved that little piece I cut off the bottom. Let's see, that's going to go there. So that can go there. I don't know if I want to stamp a word there. I'll have to think about that, if I want to give the book a title or let the owner give it a title. Truthfully, I'd like to keep one of each theme, but I'm not going to. You have probably noticed I've been keeping more of my journals lately, and I don't really know why I'm doing that. But I do like to look at them and get ideas after I've had them for a while, and then I go back and say, oh, I haven't done that in a while. And I just enjoy looking at them. And also, sometimes I go back and watch some of my older videos of flip-throughs and remember things that I used to do that I haven't done in a while. But it's easier to take a book off the shelf and look at it. Well, that just came completely apart, but I got it down before it came apart, so that's good. Stems are lined up the way they're supposed to be. That looks quite pretty. I guess they're glued down. And we're at 44 minutes, which is where I usually stop. But let's just take a little look at what I have here for the other journal. I'm not gonna wrap this paper around yet, but I want to see what other options I might have. Now that would be a pretty one. I might use that. I wanted something tall and narrow to coincide with the shape of the cover. These are Edith Holden pages. That's what this one is too. If I could fold those without cracking the pages, they might be nice. Yeah, they'll fold. The ones that are in this configuration might be nice to be the pages of the books. I don't think I want to use any of the photographs on the cover. I like the art illustrations better. Yeah, I'll probably use that Edith Holden one that I looked at. I don't want to take too much more time because my camera will shut off. Let me just look at these I'm pulling out right now. This is from the same book of the image that I already have cut out from this book. So we have this as an option. And it has to be something that I can cut out. Like, these are too fine. I think I just like the idea of pink against this dark, oh, sorry, dark green background. This would be gorgeous if I could isolate it and cut it out. That would be really pretty. That's pink, and that would be easy to cut out, but it doesn't have anything else going on. Looks a little boring. All right, well, I will figure something out. Maybe I'll do some fussy cutting tonight. Cut these out. No, which one? These out. And see which one I like. Maybe I'll stick with this one. Who knows? So what do you think of this project? Which ones would you like to see me do first? The children's book pages? Or the fashion, or the botanical? I'm excited to do any of them, so yeah, I can't wait to get started. I've missed being in here. I've been listing things. I've just had a bad week as far as feeling like crafting. I had a mental health day. I just felt overwhelmed by too much, and so I couldn't be in here. I went and visited my parents instead. And then I had vertigo, and that took me a couple days to get over. And now I'm back in here and enjoying it, so I just needed the break. I hope that you are looking forward to seeing these books, and like I said, let me know in the comments which one you'd like to see me do first. They will all get done eventually, and I won't wait too long for getting them done. Within the next few months, I'd like to have all 7 of these books done. All right, so I've been rambling long enough. I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you're having a creative day today. Bye-bye.